What would you say if I told you that Mariah Carey had the most popular Christmas song in the United States? Not just this year, but for the past several years. You think I was crazy, right? Or maybe spreading fake news. Stick around, that's what we're going to talk about today in this video. Hey folks, it's me again. International Bigshot urban hiker, out for another 10K walk on Tuesday, December, well, you can look that up. Anyway, it's about -4, and according to the weather reports, we're getting ready for a real doozy of a storm starting tomorrow night. Now, in my experience, anytime a lot of snow is predicted, I'm usually very disappointed because we don't really get what everybody predicts. We might get some rain, maybe a couple of centimeters of snow, and that's it. But tomorrow night, they're predicting up to 30 centimeters of snow in northeastern Pennsylvania and parts of the east coast of the United States. So I'm very excited about that. Hopefully I'll be able to record some of it and make another video about it. But getting back to what I said earlier in the intro, it's true. According to the internet anyway, you know, that source of infallible information, Mariah Carey is the #1 Christmas song of the top 20 songs in the United States, and she has had that position not just this year but for several years. When I saw that, I realized that something's wrong with this list. First, Mariah Carey having the most popular Christmas song is simply impossible. That just can't happen. So the way that she got to be #1 on the list has to have something to do with where the people that made the list got their data. They said that they took the data and analyzed Spotify playlists, which included up to 110,000 songs, and that's how they came up with a list of the top 20, with Mariah Carey being on top. There's a couple of things wrong with that. Before they declare Mariah Carey with the #1 Christmas song, we have to understand that their data comes from a list that's already biased towards the younger age group. That is Spotify. I'm going to guess that the users of Spotify, generally speaking, probably tend younger. Second of all, ask yourself who listens to Christmas music on Spotify. Now, I know that some of you watching this video will probably pipe up and say, well, I do. But I think that you're in a minority. Most listeners of Christmas music on Spotify are commercial subscribers. These are places like restaurants, shopping malls, offices, elevators, all kinds of things like that where music is piped in order to entice people to either have a good time, spend more time in the establishment, maybe buy more product, etc. So when you do that, with music is used to do that, it's usually music in a major key. Now, I don't know enough about music to describe or to give a definition of what a major and minor key in music is. I did spend enough time in Glee Club at St. Rose High School in Carbondale to know a minor or a major key when I hear one. I can't define it, but I know it when I hear it. And I can almost assure you that Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, that's the #1 song, by the way. All I Want for Christmas Is You is in a major key. It's a happy sounding song, just as the other top 6 on this fabulous list of 20 songs are. We have Jingle Bell Rock, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. Oh, this one killed me. Last Christmas by Wham. to laugh when I saw this list. Number 7 on the list was the song that if I had to write the list, I would have put at number 1. And that is White Christmas by Bing Crosby. That is in a minor key. And that's probably why it's a popular traditional Christmas song. But it's also, since it's in a minor key, it's also why it's not played a lot in commercial spaces. Because minor key songs almost demand your attention. You can't just have them playing in the background. I mean, you can, but they don't produce people saying, "I'll have another order of fries," or "Would you like dessert, sir?" "Yes, I would love dessert." A minor key forces you to listen to the song. Major keys do not. That's my theory. You can prove me wrong if you want to, but I think I'm onto something. The reason I bring this up is because we've recently been told that big data is going to save us all. But really, this is big data. The way they did their analysis of the Spotify playlists, that's an example of big data, but it's giving a result which I think is wildly incorrect. So it matters where you get your data from. And if all you're going to do is access public databases, there's nothing wrong with that. You have to understand where that data in the database comes from. And not understanding that Spotify has a lot of commercial subscribers will skew your results. I worked in Brunei in the 1980s, and about my second week there, someone from the company I worked for came in and said, "Mr. Price, what color car would you want?" Up to that point, I had seen cars in Brunei on the roads. All of them were white cars. So I just joked and I said, anything except white. The guy who came into my office looked shocked and he said, "Mr. Price, I'm sorry, but that's the only color we have." So I thought for a second and I said, "Okay, I'll take white." And then after he left, I thought to myself, if they only had white cars, then why did he even ask me what color I wanted? That didn't really make much sense. But the point is, if I just went out on the street in Brunei and looked around, I would say that white was a very popular car color, not knowing that it was the only car color. And I think that's an example not only of making assumptions on incorrect data in car color, but the way they wrote this article from Spotify song lists is an example of how you can be misled by that kind of data. Well, I'll tell you, going for a 10-kilometer walk today might not have been my smartest decision. I can't feel my fingers, my cheeks are numb, and I don't think my lips are going to work all the way to the end of the video. I think a better way to do the survey about what the best or what the most popular Christmas song would be to make a list of songs with major chords and then a list of songs with minor chords, put them side by side, and ask people to pick their favorite Christmas songs. And I can almost bet that the majority of people will pick songs in a minor key. Songs like White Christmas, Little Drummer Boy, Silent Night, things like that. Songs like that. Carol of the Bells comes to mind also. The major chord songs like the Mariah Carey song, Jingle Bell Rock, God help us, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. Those kinds of songs. People don't actually dislike major key songs. It's just that they wouldn't count them as their favorite song if given a choice between those and some Christmas songs in a minor key. I think that's my point. Yes, that's my point. Okay, so to wrap things up here, I just want to say that if we did it my way, and I admit that my research model probably needs a bit of tweaking, but if you gave people a choice between major and minor chord or minor key songs, then I think the most popular Christmas songs would be majority in a minor key. Mariah Carey would not be the #1 song. Now, I have nothing against Mariah Carey. It's just that I think it's ridiculous to think that that is the most popular Christmas song. I think that is a complete misunderstanding of the data set by the person that wrote the article. Anyway, that's it for this video. If I don't freeze to death before I get back to my house, there'll be another video, and I hope you'll join us in that one. Thanks for watching.